Ah, yes, it all reset, didn't it? Fantastic. Well, in that case, it's Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of. So, new rare drop. That's something I haven't. I never said before actually, because I'm pretty sure the last time we reviewed rare, it was the episodes that were already out. So this is the first time we've actually dealt with one that's well, I was going to say brand new. It's actually 2 months old, and we just entirely missed it. So thank you, Josh, for bringing that to my attention. Because yeah, the series of rare is definitely one that we have enjoyed for both for both entertainment and general actual intended reasons behind it. It's kind of a situation with both, to be honest. So yeah, very interesting how this could actually go down, particularly because last episode, because I rewatched episode 5, and I forgot there was a year time skip between episodes 4 and 5. And I don't mean an upload year, I mean an actual in-universe year passed from one episode to another, which makes me wonder why the antagonist group either still have a grudge against them or how bad things must have gotten between them in order to justify the grudge that they have, compared to, I guess, just the few minimal bits that we had before. Because I think the friends really just hung out at one point and then a year passed, so it's hard to say. But now, of course, much like with the Stronger Than You episode we watched yesterday, in fact, it seems like a recently introduced friend group is actually going to be used as motivation and as a point of drama to make the character feel much more alone. Only this time, it actually was built up a little bit in previous episodes, including the parts where Dani thinks that if he makes a single mistake, he's going to be seen as the rare kid again. We've talked at length about what's wrong with that sentence, but so I'm not going to, beat it to the ground again. So there's actually, I could actually probably use this depending on how it's executed in this and probably part 2, because there's apparently 2 parts of this time. Depending on how it's executed, I might be able to use this as a contrast to Stronger Than You episode 4, or Stronger Than You 4, I should say, and see where we go from there. This will be interesting. Whether that's good, kind of interesting, or the bad, kind of interesting, we'll just have to see. Exactly. Because with rare, it's honestly could be either one. There's no saying. So yeah, I had it all loaded, but then it crashed. So I need to bring the video back in a second. There's also one guest prepared for tonight, a rather rare individual themselves, but they haven't seen that I've sent the link yet, I don't think. So we'll see what happens for that. Or they're connecting right now. Don't really know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, never mind. They said 2 secs. Okay, then yeah. In that case, they'll be here shortly. For now, let's go ahead and get a head start and see where we are, where we're picking up from. So without further ado, on with the review. Episode 6: Secrets and Those We Trust, Part 1. I do like that title, actually. You make me feel special. Okay, all right. So, 2 things. One, it seems like we've gone to the days of standout fit in as the intro sequence for this one. Maybe it's going to be the outro sequence. But yeah, this new song actually makes a lot of sense. It's a bilingual song. I haven't heard it before, but it's so far got combo of English and Spanish ones, and the line about you making me feel special kind of seems like what Dani is going to be appreciating right now, and why he might feel less special if the plan goes ahead. So far I'm actually we're only 16 seconds in, but it's a pretty solid beginning. Okay, so that means, for, no matter how much it hurt, that's what they're saying hurts me, basically. So, back to the idea we had on the board, where it seemed like, people were, bullying him. Another reason the year time skip from last episode doesn't work so well for me is the fact that it seems to be like, the friends got a little bit of exposition to do with like how they've connected or what they're interested in and such. But Danny himself didn't really get much development from there. I mean, even the diary that got set up in the last episode, actually, was something that he hadn't written in a year. So it just seemed like he kind of stagnated and didn't actually either grow as a person as much as the friend group would have implied or not. There's no contrast between how he was before and how he was then. So again, I question the decision with that because you could have said like a week had passed or something and you learned more about them and you're pursuing that group and you don't want to lose them because you've just gained them. Then you'd be a bit more insecure in that case. So I don't know. The idea that people are still talking behind Danny's back doesn't quite work as well anymore because of that. That's not this episode's fault. That's last episode's fault. So yeah. Anyways, hello, Emily.
Hello.
You haven't missed much. I'm just gushing over the lyrics of the new intro song, it seems. If we're together, I'll smile. Yep, it does seem like we are. This is the new intro sequence, not just the intro for this one. All right. And also, I think it's been like trimmed down, as in like edited and trimmed down. That's, pardon the pun, a rare thing to see in a gacha series. Anyways, hi Silas.
You too, Harry? I guess we're in the same mess, huh?
You said like you were saying et tu brute, to be honest. Not quite what you were going for necessarily.
Something trouble you, mademoiselle?
It's...
Oh yeah, he's still using his French charm on her, because last episode the idea was that they would that the three antagonists would each befriend one person from Danny's friend group in order to try to get them to, in their own words, work for them. So yeah,
French.
Yeah, falling immediately from that. That was like
Not
a sitcom.
French.
Honestly, yeah. It feels like a sitcom intro in the best way. In the way that Aiden deliberately mimicked in Fallen Angels. Also, Dieter Man wants to be let in. Do I have you on Discord? I can send the link in the chat, but do I have you on Discord? I'm not sure.
Nothing.
So, what will you have?
I'm not all that hungry. A bottle of water would be fine.
Okay, hold on a second. No. Wait a minute.
Water.
The thing... Yeah, sure, whatever.
Water.
Yeah, memes aside, hold on a minute. Last episode, the reason that she accompanied him was because she said, that like that free food would be nice regardless. Like, she was clearly at least somewhat hungry. And that's why she agreed to accompany him, because otherwise she wanted nothing to do with him before. So the fact that she's not hungry now makes no sense. So in that case, Redcons, they're bad for me and you. Redcons, next time think your story through. That didn't take long, did it? Okay, so Dito has mentioned Discord names, so let's see. Oh, wait, no, I do actually have you in here. Okie dokie. Yeah, fair enough then. I can send that over. All right, there you go. Also, it's just me, or is the extra in the background have their face stretched in a weird way?
Mademoiselle, I didn't bring you to the cafeteria just for water.
Ugh, stop calling me that! Just Katie, it's fine.
What?
Yeah, he tried the French charm thing. It didn't quite work because also, she doesn't understand French. She just kind of like shut him down anyway. But then when he actually kind of was a bit more himself, he actually seemed to be a bit more successful. Given that these two are in the thumbnail of the episode, I think this is going to be an exploration on these two connecting, sincerely, basically. Kind of like Rumi and Genu in K-pop Demon Hunters.
I mean, and nobody likes
Right.
the French, so.
The most British sentence I've ever heard you say. Anyways, hi, Dito.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. That must have been the first thing you heard, I think, when you joined as well. What an intro.
I heard British accent. We're most British thing.
Oh, okay, fine.
I am the British. I'm the whole country.
Well, you're northern sometimes for some reason.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, whatever.
Jeez. Is she always like this?
Hey, forget
This is
about
awkward.
it. Also, that is not water.
So,
In a gentle way, you can shake the world. There you go.
That was
you
very
have
gentle.
any hobbies?
Thank you.
Excuse me?
I have a
Relax.
gentle concussion now, thank you.
Not quite what Gandhi had in mind, I suppose.
I don't know what the third letter of the top one is. I think it's want. You want
Yes.
to lift yourself to lift someone else.
Yes, Booker T. Washington. Don't recognize that name, actually. But yeah, very appropriate for schools to have motivational quotes from, just from famous figures.
I'm just trying to
That being said, I wish that they were like invented quotes by invented famous figures. That'd be a funny joke in the background.
get to know you better.
The cafeteria is very clean. One of the schools, the same janitor as the janitor cleans the floors in the Music Freaks. Oh yeah, the one that like the floors are always waxed. When I talk about
Maybe
When I
the
talk-
janitor in Music Freaks is kind of like Larry. He just works every janitor position in the Gachaverse.
it's entirely possible. There you go. There's your connection. If it turns out it's janitor Kowalski from that one Mutant Girl episode, then we'll have the TMG and TMF connection you've always wanted. But anyway, what I was gonna say is that's a perfect example, by the way, of when I talk about visuals that are like more in your face in gacha videos than and usually like what things that people like will latch onto and be like super impressed by, and meanwhile the story ends up being not as not having not as much attention paid to it in comparison. But then again, Music Freaks also has the opposite thing where like the fact that they were able to pick up the trays that already had existing food on them was revolutionary at the time. So, and also quite subtle as well. So it kind of has both. But yeah, the wax floor is definitely an example of look at what I can do.
Like designing and drawing fashion sketches. Dresses, suits, hats. I'm actually taking sewing classes.
That sounds interesting, actually. Maybe.
Oh, okay. If that would have been
Very
a poster.
subtle.
Yeah, if that had been a poster in the background. Speaking of Music Freaks, that's something that Rosie Closey also does quite frequently, except that they are posters, they don't fade onto the screen in the middle of a conversation.
You could make me a suit someday.
Also, hi,
A
Midnight.
suit for you? Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, come on. Don't be a grouch.
I'm no grouch. I'm just not your friend.
Katie, come on. I'm trying to be
Okay, I know he said Katie, but it sounded like Kitty.
nice here.
I also heard Kitty.
I'm thinking of Jean from Phoenix Job High now. The spotless white table is unrealistic. Someone currently at high school tables are never clean no matter where you go. I mean, as someone who recently edited a scene with a high school cafeteria, yeah, it's probably more effort than it's worth to, dirty the tables on purpose. I'll say that much.
Also,
Maybe I'll set it to Quadzy next time.
if this was realistic, they'd have people touching them shoulder to shoulder.
That is
Elbow to
true.
elbow.
The table to themselves is, dare I say, rare in the cafeterias.
Imagine having a cafeteria.
Fine, what?
Yeah. One thing about this show, actually, that even from episode 1 is always there's always something that I've appreciated is the fact that the all of the backgrounds are custom, but you can tell by how simple they are because of the different because they are essentially like all solid colors basically, but they're solid colors, you know, that show like different sides, different corners of walls, and they're a bit more versatile as a result. So you can have left to right justified shots much more easily. I actually really do like the style. I've considered mimicking it a couple of times depending on the scene, but then again, you know, by that time, Ghost had already made custom backgrounds for Mutant Girls. So I was like, I'm going to use these, obviously.
I'm not
Ever.
used to completely front face and Gacha characters.
No, that is also something that we've talked about with the show a little bit actually. Yeah, we've seen it in a couple of instances, but yeah, it's what that's you know, a middle ground. You know, it's an unnecessary visual, but it's a nice unnecessary visual, and when done correctly, like in this case, it's, you know, not terrifying. So it actually makes a lot of
it
sense.
reminds me of if like you looked Phineas from Phineas and Ferb straight on.
Yeah, that is essentially how it how it tends to begin. It's the one editing thing that in Gacha that I have like I've deliberately avoided since the beginning.
She says while the front face is in fact in the last episode of The Mutant Girl.
Meanwhile,
A custom art front face that I didn't make.
Chris and Harry.
Meanwhile, Chris and Harry.
Like the cake?
It was fine.
Another good way to save on props. Hey, did you enjoy the food that you have now fully eaten so you don't have to animate it? Yes, I did. Thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Do you want something to drink?
Does that
No,
imply
thank you.
that guy ate nothing?
was
Well,
his
I mean, he
plate?
doesn't have a plate in front of him. Yeah, their idea generally is to that is again to befriend these three different people from the friend group. So they are all so they've both decided to use the buying food strategy, except for, you know, one of the people who they're buying food for didn't immediately go back on what they said the previous episode. So, you know, more successful here, I guess.
Here, let me watch you eat. We shall be good friends this way. Let me watch you as you eat. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Normal
that-
behavior.
Well,
Normal-
you know, that is something that's
normal
happened to
friend
me a
behavior.
few times because I'm a slow eater. So sometimes there'll be like a group of people who don't want to get up from the table until I've finished. But that just means that they're watching me eat, and and you know, they also say, "Oh, don't rush to finish or anything." It's like, okay, fantastic, but I'm just gonna I'm keeping you here hostage, basically, against everyone's will, including my own.
Here, maybe I'll grab your fork and feed you with an "Here Comes the Airplane."
That would take even longer and be even more degrading.
What should I do? Why do you love painting so much?
Oh,
Does he just have a ding? Does he have like a notification sound effect in his head whenever he has an idea? Because that's what I'm
I guess
imagining
so.
right now.
If not, look at your phone, bro.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe there's a rule against that. You can see the rules in the background there. Hold tray with both hands. Do not sit on tables. Doesn't say anything about phones that we can see, but there might be something in there.
Also, is that
Also,
a
what is-
realistic spaghetti picture in the background?
I guess so. Yeah, compared to the drawn knife and fork, but okay.
Tis do lunch.
Tis do lunch from, you know, what was it? What does that say there? Frazel and Spies? Frail and Spies, true, you know, quotation visionaries.
I feel like I can really express myself the best through painting.
Oh, you know what? Also, by the way, this comment here about why the table looks so long, the way it's drawn, that is actually also something that happened in the Music Freaks. That, you know, their tables, when looking from head on, seem exceptionally long, and then when you actually cut to like the full visual, they're much smaller. I think it is just a case of, okay, we're not going to try and figure out the corners from a different angle, only the angle that, you know, most concerns people, I guess.
It may sound weird, but it gives me a feeling of tranquility, I guess. Like, peace of mind, you know?
Sounds boring.
You might
Yeah,
think
that
that
peace of mind is what tranquility means.
Mm-hmm.
painting is how I bring my imagination to the next level.
Oh, I was about to say we're veering into some Quentin Tarantino / Stanley Kubrick held shots there, basically. Even if the person is talking from behind, but yeah, those two hold on for way longer than this show did. So never mind.
Okay. Then how about that paintbrush of yours? What's so special about it?
Oh, well, this brush is very important to me. It was a gift from my older brother.
So what? It's just a brush.
Wow. Okay.
I mean,
I can see.
is he gonna?
I can see
Is he
why
gonna
they said
pull
in this
the?
episode.
Is he gonna pull
He
the?
couldn't-
That was the last thing my brother gave me before he bit the dust.
There's already a character that has items like that from people before they bit the dust, so that would be repetitive for this show. But otherwise, yeah, that's probably how it would go. That being said, they didn't even need to have that because in real life, Akira Toriyama actually had a lucky pen. The reason that he didn't draw as much manga in the last 10 years of his life was because he lost that pen, and it wasn't the same drawing anything without it. It wasn't like it was gifted to him or something. It's just, the thing that he used from the beginning of his career.
These people
And
are
I
horrible
guarantee
at
you,
making
he
friends.
still drew more chapters than Togashi.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it was like, yeah, I think it was like during or just right after Sandlands when that happened.
I don't want to talk about it.
Come on.
I said no.
Okay. Sorry.
And
Are bad at
Yeah, you
making
might be right,
friends.
Lisa.
God. One's French.
I might have predicted it.
One asks about interest and goes, "That sounds boring." I'm actually begging here. Even I have better social skills. This is appalling.
Yeah, like I know that they're pretending to befriend them so that they can get them on their side because they're trying to get away from Dani, but still, they can do a better job at pretending.
that's
Wait,
it.
who's
Do you understand?
in both scenarios? Who's pretending to be? Who's trying to get who's to be their friend?
Well, I mean, the guy who was asking the details for the art guy and also the French guy from earlier, those two are two of the pretenders. And these two are unrelated. They're not involved in that plot yet.
They sound like bad people if they're trying to pretend to be their friends.
Yes, they're the antagonists.
I think so. I hope I don't fail this exam.
Okay, all right. First animation qualm I have. The character here, his name is Valerie, I think. She's bouncing up and down like this and shuffling, but the book is completely static.
You'll be fine. Trust yourself.
Also, realistically, the hallway would be crammed.
And I guess here is the cramming.
No, it's crammed because of the
See you
bell
there.
rung. Just normally
also-
it would be crammed before the bell rung.
I somewhat appreciate the dual using of apps, but the outline switching colors whenever you look at a background character is so funny. Because these people are Gacha Club, and every time you see, like, those people were in Gacha life, so.
Mm-hmm.
At
I
least
mean,
work
Gacha,
in
yeah,
your
that's the thing you
outlines,
can fix in Gacha Club. You can change the outlines, but yeah, nobody's school floor is that clear. Yes, I think we've definitely made the point by now that the school is much cleaner and a bit more simplistic in design than before. It's because it's all been customized, and yeah, I think we've made the comparisons.
I think they're paying
The
that
one thing we
janitor
haven't
a
mentioned-
six-figure salary.
Yeah, the one thing we haven't mentioned yet actually is the lack of sound effects and the footsteps that we just saw from everyone there. It kind of came to my attention, and I realized that that's probably because of the one audio track problem once again, because it seems like there's plenty of music in this. Oh wait, no, hold a second. No, the bell rang while the music was still playing, so there's two audio tracks. So they could have definitely made some footsteps afterwards. Never mind.
They didn't
Good
pay
luck.
$12.99
Bye.
for premium footsteps.
You don't even need to do that. You can just download sound effects
And
from
thanks again.
from free sites. As long as you don't get a virus from them, obviously be careful doing that, but it's possible.
If I was Katie, where would I be? Here you are. Hey, what's wrong?
Here you are.
If
Mortified look on face.
I was Katie, what would she be doing right now? Not now, Katie. I wonder where she might be. Katie!
Oh my god! You were here the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
What's got her breathing so heavy?
Either something happened behind the scenes or that Grouch comment like hit her like 20 minutes after the fact.
What did you think of the math exam?
It's kind of like when you're showering to get ready to go to bed, then you just remember something you could have said in an argument that happened like 3 hours ago.
Yeah. I've had that before with arguments, but I've also had that with either obviously these streams, or particularly been happening recently with D&D streams. Honestly, I thought of a fantastic thing that I could have done today, given that I got cursed to sing in a live stream 2 days ago. I was like, oh well, okay, gonna have to bag that one.
But I didn't understand point 3. It was about...
See you tomorrow, Mary.
See ya!
See you tomorrow, Mary.
This school is very international. But the other thing I like about this is that they actually do have like genuine, school topic conversations. Because that's not even just this episode. Last episode there was something about a maths exam and how this person like sucks at algebra. It's like, why does it have to be letters? And then I'll help you, which is I think was what they were doing in that previous scene, because there was those two characters we just cut away from. So yeah, just something I always appreciate when it feels like an actual school, even if to some people it doesn't look like an actual school. It still feels like it, so I appreciate it.
Why did X and Y betray the alphabet to join the numbers?
Well, what was on number 3?
Basically, it was like that.
He didn't finish his sentence. I want to know what was on number 3.
What was on number 3?
What was point 3? Find out in part 2 of Secrets and Those We Trust.
Find out on our Patreon for $12.99 a month.
Oh.
Join our YouTube memberships to find out the secrets of point 3. Yes, Vin, this school is a place where they talk about actual school things every now and then. Which again is a rare thing in Gacha.
And I'm assuming they're not superheroes. I'm assuming they're not like superheroes or anything. And they're actually just focusing on school stuff.
That is well, they're focused on interpersonal drama to some degree, but yes, also school stuff. Yeah,
because usually when there's a school setting, they sideline the school setting to like least priority. Makes it feel like it's not even a school. But this,
that was my biggest peeve, especially with Gacha, like back in the day, because I mean, it still happens to this day where you get, the classic thing of like, oh, yes, I am Miss Bex. Look at my weird mustache. Introduce yourselves and the bell is going to ring immediately, dismissing the class. Why are we even here? Boop, dee-doop-dee-doo. That
thank you for letting me teach you for at most 10 minutes. Have a good day. I came in here just for my paycheck. That's like an hour worth of work.
Yeah, essentially, or the alternative is that there'll be like a flash forward, or there'll be the classic thing where they put like the stage directions in the speech bubble, and this goes teachers, or it goes blah 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 blah, or something like that. Yeah, I like it when there's like a little bit of something. It's like with Code Lyoko, where we get actual lessons. So yeah, and weirdly enough, that's something else that was technically started by Rosie Closey. As far as I can tell, Rosie Closey was the first person to have a teacher that actually taught something in a video. I thought it was me, but I was beaten by 1 day by Rosie Closey. Oh, well. And now that teacher has a spin-off series where it's nothing but the subjects She teaches.
Why does that one girl kind of look like Alex from Minecraft?
Probably the hair, to be honest. Oh, the hair and the
Probably the hair mixed with the shirt color.
yeah,
Some
yeah,
clothes, I think.
yeah. Well, one of my proudest things I've ever done as a gacha was is when Emily told me that she actually used a few points that I had made in the Mutant Girl in in genuine exams or coursework. I was like, wow, the education aspect definitely worked.
Hey Mary, could you help me study for the exam tomorrow?
Sure, no problem.
Thank you so much. See you tomorrow then.
If you want to study for your exam, shouldn't you get on studying as soon as possible? So why wait till tomorrow?
You say that. I'll say the same thing I said.
The day before her GCSEs. For fun.
Yeah, no, I will say the same thing I said to BB yesterday. Not everyone is that motivated to consciously continue to learn. Unfortunately, but true. Also, to answer this question, Mrs. Dysart would absolutely love this school. Especially now with the spin-off, as we know that she is like very good at solving interpersonal drama from the students specifically, combined with lessons that she gives. So yeah, this would be her ideal setting.
Back when I was in school, I didn't study a single time, and I barely passed multiple times.
So you're saying this is in terms of, why wouldn't someone do that because I didn't, why would someone make the same mistakes? Okay, got it.
You're kind of popular, aren't you?
Shut up, I'm not. I just like helping people.
Oh, come on.
Did he just slide his hand down and scrape it on metal? I think the animation the animation for this particular scene, I think, is definitely the best. Like the expression which she had, where she was like, where she was smirking at the idea of being popular, but also like kind of embarrassed. That definitely said like so much. So clearly, there's definite skill in this particular scene alone, even ignoring the rest of it, and also the custom background too. But yeah, that scraping of the metal thing was like, hold on a second, his arm is gonna be bruised now.
Don't lie to yourself.
It cuts to his arm a minute later, and it's just all like purple.
Yeah, exactly. it's gonna periodically swell in this scene.
I once saw you talking to the concierge.
I only told him how much we appreciate how hard he works to clean the bathrooms every day. By the way,
and everywhere else, presumably, by what we said earlier.
Did you see his new
for a
boots?
6-figure
They
salary.
go really well with
Hold on a second, I need to rewind. I think we missed a line here.
Did you see his new boots? They go really well with his work uniform.
Isn't the bell ring? Are they late for class? Or was that the dismissing bell?
Yeah, it might have been the first bell compared to the second one. They probably shouldn't be standing around, to be honest. They probably should be like walking and talking, but anyway.
Day you run for president.
Or if you want to keep like the theme of lockers, have them be looking through their lockers.
Oh yeah, true. Retrieving some things. I think that was how the scene started, but now that they've closed them, I just kind of keep talking here.
Vote for me, and I will help you with homework.
I will help you with homework. I will help you.
Wait, hold on. I need to read the rest of it. Oh, honest, funny, kind. Okay, so they made fun of her, but also praised her. All right then. After classes.
Yeah, Mom, I'll be fine. Don't worry. Okay, tell me.
Why did their mouth open for
Okay.
a split second? Why did their mouth open for a split second and nothing came out of their mouth?
I think the review is like from what we're watching right now is a little bit out of sync from the original video.
All right.
Aaron, Eric's stray dog invited me to the cafeteria.
Yeah, I knew that already.
Oh, good lord, your eyes are gone.
Oh
my.
dear Lord.
Oh, the
It's happening
faceless
again.
people are back. No.
Okay.
Please.
Literally, like the last thumbnail that I made for a review of this was just me looking at somebody in the thumbnail going, "What is wrong with your face?" I think this time it's less of a style and more so that I'm also just Dani, the creator, like thinking I'm not going to bother putting the eyes on this character if they're not going to be in frame, not realizing they would be like towards the corner of the shot, distracting everything. Definitely my biggest time sink in terms of in terms of making gacha videos in general is the fact that, you know, the fact that everyone gets a reaction, despite the fact that I don't choose who like what shots I'm going to do before I start, so like everyone gets reactions even if they're going to be cropped out later because acting is reacting. So yeah, that's something I should probably work on, but the alternative, of course, is not usually this, because I said before, in most situations it takes more effort to remove eyes from characters than it does to just simply keep them on. That's why you never seen this in the Mutant Girl, for example. But yeah, in animation, you have to put the eyes on because everything on the face is, you know, a different layer. And I get it happening. Still horrifying, though.
Already. What's the big deal?
He invited me out on a date to an amusement park.
Oh, well,
I said yes.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is Butter Punch Day. I'm the only person who ever keeps track of that, so I slip up, the whole thing falls apart. My apologies.
I'm uncultured. What's Butter Bunch Day?
It's the day that we normally stream on the Butter Bunch compared to on this channel.
Ah.
What?
It was an accident. How do you agree to a date by accident?
It's not too late to just text him and be like, "Hey, something came up."
Okay, so this is where, you know, it's horrifying. I wouldn't say something came up, you know, I don't need to deceive him, just, you know, be like, I changed my mind, or something like that.
Yeah, I changed my mind.
So, you're liking that smoothie?
Yeah, whatever.
You're liking that smoothie? You haven't even taken a sip.
Yeah, this is another thing that that happens with with gacha stuff, where, you know, it's like the food props are either, you know, full because you find full food props rather than half-eaten ones, or the trays are empty. Another reason why that cake was probably missing entirely from that previous interaction. That being said, I recently
you could have fixed it by I'll let you talk.
Yeah, through the power of masking, I actually fixed this issue in the latest episode of Mutant Girl. Because if you notice on Darren's tray, most of his stuff is half-eaten because I've literally just like I've taken the empty plate that Quasi sent me, put it over the top of the full one, just like, you know, erased certain things and in masking. Is that whipped cream in the smoothie? It might be actually.
You could have pulled the cake thing and just removed it and implied that they already drank their smoothies. They could have done that.
Yeah, for this purpose, yes, but that would require an empty version of the exact same prop for that to work, which I don't know if they have here.
Yeah, whatever.
This isn't working.
Whipped cream in their smoothies?
Completely ignore
Hey,
me
I
now.
do.
Oh, hold on. Maybe I can make this work. You know, if you're free this weekend, I have a couple of day passes to the amusement park. You should go with me.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have personally offered something that she was, you know, interested in, so be more excited about it. But sure.
Whatever.
Oh, but yeah, whatever's the reason.
Did he
she's actually
ever imply that it was a date?
He might be about to say it's a date or something.
I got you now. Great! It's a date!
Ah!
Boom! I knew it! Oracle powers again.
Whenever people tell me, great, it's a date, I just assume, like, the date of, like, day.
Okay, that feels like that's definitely a you thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you have that, if you've had that enough time, said that to you enough times, then there should be some pattern recognition there, I think. So leave her alone, redhead Liam. I'm calling Aaron Liam because his voice actually the same one from music. Oh, okay. All right then. That tracks because you know, sometimes his French kind of slips a little bit.
Details later. Wear something pretty, okay? See you around.
Wear something pretty, okay?
pretty sure his real personality kind of slipped through on that one.
Yes. Yeah. What? Wait.
Did
What?
He just say, yes out
Yeah,
loud?
there we go.
Alert.
What?
And that's why you should pay attention in conversations.
Yes.
I know.
If you didn't know what he was saying, you could have just said, "Excuse me, can you repeat that?"
Yeah, but also, can we just like let's think about like the logic of this plan here. This is a very awkward situation here. We're not connecting in the slightest. I know what will help. A date. What?
Enemies to lovers? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
I mean, these two, to my knowledge, aren't properly enemies, to be honest. More like strangers to lovers.
He has a reputation.
The guy told me to wear something pretty. I'm wearing a shirt with my face printed big on it.
Self-confidence is key.
Fantastic.
If someone told me to wear something pretty, I wouldn't.
Okay.
In fact, I go out of my way to wear the opposite.
Fair, but you would still attend the date, I guess.
Yes, I would still attend
Due
because
to
I'm
the
not a rude
confusion
person.
of calendar situations that you described earlier. Okay.
They tell me to wear something pretty. I show up in a shirt I've been keeping in the back of my closet for like a week.
Okay.
I'd wear something pretty and then bring his mom along.
I have this weird shirt that I wear every time I do that, and it just says "I pooped today" with a stick figure.
Okay.
It's peak.
Sure. All right then.
Well, you don't plan on actually going, do you? This guy's a total scumbag, and you know it.
I have no choice now. Aaron is super.
You do have a choice.
I can't admit that I wasn't listening to him.
School, and they all heard me agree to go out with him. If I back.
Okay, actually, to be fair, this literally happened. I'm pretty sure she's found me saying her name on this. So my friend Sophie, who's been on the channel before, this happened to her. Oh wait, no. Technically, she did this to someone by accident because it was like I believe she asked someone out in public and they said yes out of a sense of okay, and that's when like the fake wedding happened that I described earlier, the one that I end up meeting the pair of them at, and for some reason they had me officiate it, even though I'd been at the school for a week at that point. Actually, not even a week; it was 3 days. Yeah. So yeah, that was a thing that happened. And yeah, they ended up divorcing over the weekend. It was Friday, divorced on Monday. So, didn't not the best of systems, but I've seen it happen before, in all fairness.
Their marriage lasted 2 days. That's longer than some relationships I've encountered.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long
Mine
their
lasted
actual relationship.
30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long their actual relationship lasted because I was only there for the literal end of it. So, but I think it was like the start.
Once I was in a relationship for a grand total of 3 hours.
It was the start of the year, so I guess that they started going out the year before, or like the school year before. I've never asked that, I'll ask Sophie next time I see her.
It will look like he rejected me.
No, it wouldn't. Just message me like, I don't want to do this, man.
Yeah, if anything, it was his idea to go on a date, so would it look like she rejected him instead of him rejecting her?
And plus, rejection is a totally normal thing people go through. There's nothing to be ashamed by looking like someone rejected you.
Okay, yes, true, but also teenage mentality, means that you're more concerned about how it will look socially. That being said, socially it will look worse on him because he's the one who asked in the first place.
My reputation is at stake.
Okay, I get it.
So your reputation is at stake because you think you're going to get rejected, compared to the comparatively worse thing for your reputation of dating a scumbag. Little bit of a questionable decision there. Okay, all right.
Do you have some sort
You
of
know what could
plan
have
to do
fixed
with it?
this? Paying attention.
What a good day. You smell like foot. That sounds like an Aphmau quote. That sounds like something that Aphmau would actually like say as in
I don't
in
want
a
to date
random
you.
anecdote or something.
I don't
As a
want to date you.
suggestion.
You smell like you haven't showered in 3 years.
No.
Come with me.
No.
You shot me down too quickly.
Listen, if something goes wrong,
Hold on. Do you say shot me down too quickly instead of shot me down too quickly? This is why
She
punctuation
said
is
too.
important in scripts. Sometimes voice actors will be very literal. And I've had this before. I've accidentally had typos in the past in scripts, and I've not been able to get the voice actor back to re-record them, so I had to literally splice the sound from other places. The Christmas special would have been a very different thing otherwise.
Spawn, it's not that weird. I have a picture of just a random llama in my house.
Yeah, honestly, depending on the house, sometimes I've seen very strange pictures up. Right next to
Well, I
very
have
beautiful ones, like the picture of Paris there.
Bon, I have a picture of you in my house. It's over there. It watches me sleep.
Wow.
otherwise, you're on your own here, girl. You did this to yourself.
Yeah, thanks. For nothing.
Yeah, thanks. Why? Surely you could afford some sarcasm directed towards her. You didn't need to pretend that you were okay with it, much like you did with the date situation. This is another good use of mirror technique, by the way, that, just don't
Weekend.
show the reflection. And not the weekend, just weekend.
I love Weekend.
Yeah, and that's not a mistranslation, by the way, because El fin de semana is still, same thing.
Why, hello there!
What do you mean, oh? You knew he was coming. What are you talking about?
Ready to go?
Well,
Oh, why, hello there.
let's get
You
this
ready
over
to
with.
go? Right.
Yeah.
Well,
By the way, I'll
it
say
was
the
more
grass
of
looked like a carpet, but other than that, very nice background as well. Again, the custom backgrounds, they're essentially simple shapes, but they are very good simple shapes. Also, yeah, no, I pictured it was Euro C, because that would make total sense for you particularly. And I know that Emily has posters and pictures of different things in her room.
Come on, joke's on you.
A lot of which are Gacha
She
in
found
origin.
a way. She saw your real face randomly on the street, or someone that looks like you.
I scoured the internet with the one letter of your name.
hung
The
on her
one letter
wall.
of your name that you gave me. I scoured the entire internet and I got a picture of your face. Trust.
No way. Is that your car?
With the driver.
I am not getting in your car
safety
with
is
you, buddy.
paramount.
Well, yes, but what do you mean safety is okay, I'm guessing that's because he's too young to have a license, and that's the point there. But it also suggests that he thought that a car without a driver would be the norm. And yes, I know that they're introducing self-driving cars at the moment. We're not quite at that stage where they are, super available yet. So that would not have been the prime assumption.
And even if so, you still need your license because you gotta be behind the wheel if something goes wrong.
Which is why I'm guessing the whole point of like the driver being like, oh yes, it's a driver with a license rather than, an unlicensed driver such as himself. I'm guessing that's where this was going. But okay.
So?
Yeah, go ahead.
And not getting in your car, buddy.
But I could do it by myself.
Patience.
No, you know what I would do? I would just close the door and be like, okay, fine, there you go. Because why not? That would probably break the ice, I reckon.
Patience.
It has a lot of cardboard cutouts, no shadows whatsoever. Yeah, that's the thing they're missing right now. All the backgrounds in this are missing shading. That's true. But but at least they have like the corners and the customization for it. Like, it's still it still works, but that would be the next step. Basically, would be the shading of some kind.
Wait, does that imply
kind of
that
the
she's
backseat
driving, or just like a 3-row one where there's a row, then a row, then a row?
That would seem to be the case.
Because if it's not, then no one's really manning the wheel.
Yeah, well, considering that neither of them are, and he literally said there's a car with a driver, I'm pretty sure the show is giving us all the clues we need in this situation.
I must have missed that line.
With a driver, because that was what I was... Okay.
Welcome to the amusement park, where the fun...
Welcome to the Ant Farm!
Looney's Adventureland!
Never ends!
Wow! Okay, this is exciting.
Oh, the fireworks went off just as soon as you arrived. Isn't that convenient?
Glad you like it.
Whatever. Let's go.
Someone should count the times that character said whatever in this episode alone.
At least once.
Come on, Katie. Don't let your card down.
Don't let your card down.
It's clear in your eyes. You think my intentions are just lies.
Okay, again, these songs are actually surprisingly very well chosen. Compared to the Music Freaks, the musical numbers in this, or like not musical numbers, really, because they're not singing to each other, but like the score, basically, the score, very well thought out.
Can't blame you, I'm not usually like this, but tonight I just want to enjoy with you, miss.
Hey, you alright?
Enjoy with you, miss. Okay, you know what? That line actually kind of seems like it might even be like custom written. I had to check this out. All right, so I'm gonna look up in the credits actually right now and see where that song came from. I know this will result in a little dither, but I need to know for myself, so I don't really care. I'm scrolling down to see if I can find a name. Doesn't seem like there is one, so we'll carry on the same. Doopy-doo-doo, diddle-doo-doo-doo-doo. Nope, okay, never mind.
Physical contact on the first date? A big no-no.
Go at your own pace, then.
Hey, look, it depends on the person.
What do you want from me?
Just a chill night.
Why me?
What do you want from me? I don't
Okay.
know. Maybe
Okay,
to have,
one thing
what do you want from me? I don't know. Maybe to have fun at the amusement park like I originally said when I asked you out.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, something I'll say about this. So I think the editing of this, there's one issue that I have with like that part there. Well, they kept on like flashing forward in this. Like I think it was better because like it synced up to the music. It was like you know, that kind of thing. It was like a flash of white every time back to the same like partial zoom out. Problem is that song is now being relegated to the background, and they're speaking to each other like a normal conversation where you want to probably like hold a little bit, or if you're going to do a pan, don't, you know, abruptly cut away. It'd be very distracting if for some reason, while I just had a normal conversation, you just saw this constantly while I'm speaking in a very normal pace, like very legato, basically, and I keep cutting back to the exact same thing, which wouldn't make sense, basically.
Hello? Are you there?
Manipulation, revenge,
Hello?
tactic.
Huh?
Oh no.
I look at the...
I'm actually enjoying myself. This was not part of the plan.
This was not part of my plan.
Yeah.
Why have we switched to stop motion? On
Because the
animation?
video was taking too long to come out. I think this is either the penultimate or final scene.
Time. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's have a good.
Oh, jeez,
good
yeah.
night, right?
It's fine.
That is incredibly distracting. You're right. And I say this as somebody who frequently combines. I say this as someone who frequently combines different styles. I think the reason it works more in the Mutant Girl than it does here is because it happens like in different scenes given to different editors, rather than the same editor in the same scene after cutting back to the same shot as read in a different medium. Yeah. that's why it feels like a budget drop faster than Bond Sanity.
Did they lose their entire budget near the end? Near like where probably the best part would have been?
Yeah, I mean, this is actually a similar situation where they're on like the thumbnail, that right down to the space backgrounds that I put my astronaut self in because I didn't know the context.
I know. I was just.
So yeah, if any of it should have been also, it should be here. That's why sometimes it's not always best to edit your scenes in order, because sometimes certain scenes take way longer. So going chronological order will also just slow things down if you're working with several people, or you want to save the best stuff for last, or for middle, or for wherever. I don't know.
Curious.
No, yeah, that makes sense. That makes yeah, you just stay curious and all that. It's normal.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll try not to be so tense. I don't want to make this more awkward.
No, don't be sorry. It's fine, really.
Try to breathe a little. You seemed like you were somewhere else there for a moment. It's okay.
Oh, hypocrite!
It's so
Just the one looking at
now,
a phone the whole time. She was looking at her phone the whole time they were talking before. Talk about somebody who's been somewhere else this whole time. Good grief. Just so putting again, I think it's because it was so sudden. It wasn't from one scene to another. Because with one scene to another, I think in most situations it works. I say that because I kind of have to say that because of how Mutant Girl's edited nowadays. But even my own experiences aside, yeah, the fact this happened in the middle of a scene is what's throwing people off, I think. And even just then, there are some times where something looks so choppy by comparison compared to something super smooth that it's we have in this situation. Like there are a few scenes in Fallen Angels, for example, where an editor who was not invited back to edit later after the two scenes that she did could not keep the characters still and kept on giving them random facial expressions when there was nothing going on, and the aspect ratio was moving all over the place. It just did not work as a style, even with the different editors of Fallen Angels. They're all roughly kind of like Fallen Angels I see as more of a consistency than Mutant Girl does. So even then, another reason. Oh, that might also be a part of it why, because it's not the norm here. Everything's been consistent in this episode, so the final scene, and only the final scene standing out, makes it more opposing by comparison, much like with Fallen Angels. Oh, we did get stand outfit in at the end. Okay, that we're keeping that. All right. The Reds operating, I know it's because the animating is hard, but at least add sound to suggest they aren't in a ghost town. Yeah, that's the thing with custom backgrounds, that you don't get away with having pure like solid items in the background as much as you would. Like if you use the custom, like if you use the amusement park, the non-custom one in Gacha, people would understand, oh, okay, you can't make that move because it's literally part of the background. But everything here is imported, so it's a case of like, yeah, if you're going to import something moving, that's why. Sometimes you gotta set yourself up for that kind of thing.
This would have been peak. This would have been amazing if they didn't switch to stop motion near the end.
But that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you, brave fortune night.
Yeah, I just want to make it clear again that they literally had stand outfit in, and then they cut back to the exact same song. They fade down and up to the exact same song when we get the actual credits. Oh, okay. This might explain it. There are several animators for this, so maybe one of these people happened to be a stop motion animator compared to a tweening animator instead. Midnight Studios. I wonder. Curiouser and curiouser. Oh, Bond thought this. Every time. Oh, my goodness.
Also,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Midnight, I truly thank you for the
hard
hard work you put in.
I think so, actually, yeah.
The first time. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it wasn't last episode. This is new for this episode now.
It's up to you. Be strength, Christ, I ain't be
Please stop
that's
you become. It's up to you. Brave fortune.
You know what? I like this episode, but now I
mean-
don't like it. This is I can't.
I mean, it would be hypocritical of me to fault somebody for adding a parody of a song into something. So I'm not gonna like you know.
I don't mind parodies, but please sub to you is really annoying.
I heard it's up to you, but yeah, please sub to you also would make sense here. It's like Katie and Kitty.
It's up to you.
I think it is up to you, but it sounds like it's sub to you, and I can't tell whether this is a nice lyric change or a weird promotion.
Well, it would be weird promotion because it would mean that the person watching this would have to subscribe
gotta
to
go.
themselves compared to this channel.
I gotta go, but I'll do a quick pros and cons. Pros, it
Go
looked
ahead, yeah.
pretty fluid. It looked pretty fluid until near the end, but that can be excused of different editors and editing styles. I also like how they kind of fleshed out the school stuff. Cons, she could have just canceled the date. Really, I don't have much to say. Make sure to check out the original video or leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Now, ta-ta.
Okay, I mean, I don't normally do my outro before everyone has spoken at the end, but fair enough. Honestly, you got the closest out of a lot of people who've been here for way longer than you have, so kudos for that. But also, thank you for joining us. All right, so Emily, pros and cons from you.
Pros, it's nicely animated. That's probably been said like 100 times. The designs are pretty nice. All of them would absolutely be jest coded in an actual, I'm assuming, American school because half of them have their shoulders out, and apparently that's a bad
It's
thing.
international schools, so I mean, most of them are from different nationalities, so it's hard to say where everyone's from or where this is meant to be set.
Other than that, Katie's bloody overall straps are annoying me because they are over her hoodie, over the hood of the hoodie, and just.
They're called overalls, not over partials.
I'm not even acknowledging that pun. I hope you know that. I'm not giving you the satisfaction. That's horrible.
Don't worry, it was satisfying enough. Continue.
Yeah, nice designs. I haven't seen a single episode of Rare before this. I might have seen a bit of it before, but I just wanted to say hi. I just wanted to be here. But you know, it seems like a nice plot. I don't know how old they are, but they're kind of cringy and annoying. But that's teenagers for you.
They're implied to be below driving age for whatever country they're in, if that helps.
Are they like my age? Because that makes me viscerally uncomfortable.
I mean, are you not around people that act like this that are also your age frequently?
No, I don't have that many friends. I pay someone to make gacha videos. I'm not hanging around the cool kids.
What?
I don't go on dates to the amusement park. I'm sat here doing this, Jacob.
Hey, look, I've seen your prom photos. You seem fairly popular.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Cons, listen to your conversations, kid. Otherwise, you'll end up going on a date you don't want to be on. Question mark.
Yeah. And assuming that you'll seem like you've been rejected if you decline.
Yeah. That absolutely makes sense. I absolutely trust. That is how that works. Guys, you can't reject someone because then you'll feel rejected. Please
no, then
listen.
people will think you were the one who got rejected.
Despite the fact that your worry was that a lot of people had him ask you out. So
yeah,
that also
so who would have been
doesn't.
this presumed to reject? Yeah. It's never good when like one key point of the plot that is otherwise very good unravels the entire thing.
And we never found out what number 3 was. I want to know what was so difficult, guys. Where's my number 3? Where's my math question?
Mm-hmm. Number 3 hasn't appeared for a long time. That's a Wisteria SMP reference, everyone.
No ho ho. Because people absolutely know that. Callback. Callbacks with Jacob Butter here, folks.
Oh yeah. All right. So from my end, I guess, yeah, like you said before, yeah, the plot was pretty good this time. It is definitely telling to me that the first plot that was not focused on Dani was the one that's made us, not want to rip the hairs out of our skulls at certain times. Like, yes, the part about, the fear of being rejected was a little bit, what the heck. But most other things seem to come together. And yeah, I already thought from the thumbnail that there was going to be something there in terms of, the thumbnail showed Katie holding up Broken Heart that was been like patched together. So presumably one of those two had gone through a heartbreak at some point and they were getting over it, but that's not really clear in the episode. You think the thumbnail asks you a question, then you get the answer in the episode, but not really. What we did get, however, was at least something where, where somebody thinks that they're winning a person over, but they're actually sort of, converting themselves. Like I said before, it's the plot of K-pop Demon Hunters. And that is not a bad thing because I love that movie. But yeah, as for the other people, again, the year time skip didn't come into anything. Their new personality, their new interest did, but those things could have easily been revealed here compared to last time, and with a little bit less. I still don't get why they waited a year to even enact on whatever this plan is to begin with. And also, Dani as the main character was barely involved in this, but maybe I guess because they were trying to branch to these other people. I said before that these friends seem like they were introduced recently. Motivation for Dani as in potentially losing them. But yeah, the focus on them, weird enough, reminds me again of the Music Freaks, because most of the episodes of the Music Freaks, or at least the beginning half of the first season, were focused on these characters that were being helped out. The difference there was that they had issues, and it was specifically Jake's involvement as the main character that gave them the extra push, compared to Dani just kind of being on the periphery. And I guess there's good reason to want it to be Dani who's involved as the main character, but also good reason to say, oh, give the other characters something else to do, maybe an episode to themselves or a two-parter to themselves. So there's probably no wrong answers in that case, but yeah, to draw your own conclusions as to which one you personally think is better. And then when it came to the visuals, of course, there was nothing there. I feel like that, obviously that scene I highlighted there particularly. I always love how the interest between characters and how again acting is reacting. So what kind of things are they doing in response to each other? I think when it comes to tweening particularly, you have to be very careful and thorough with that, so they don't seem static by comparison, or just because tweeners are by and large out to prove their artistry, particularly in comparison to stop motion ones. Not always, but but quite a lot of the time, and so that always becomes a focus for them regardless. And somebody clearly has clocked onto the actual good uses for it, rather than just a case of look at me, I can make things move. And like I said, the background never bothered me because I like what they're going for. But yeah, in future, could use a sprinkle full of shading, and you're off to the races, essentially. So yeah, I think that's it. The show actually keeps getting better and better. The first episode was the one that we were really questioning with this, and now it's seemed to be fairly solidified, and it's and I don't think it even had a cursed episode 4 from what I remember, so it's exempt from that rule as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm sure that we'll catch it, 2 months after it's uploaded, much like with this one. So there you have it. So thanks everyone for joining on this day that we don't normally do on this channel. We'll see what happens with the Butter Bunch, or whether or not we'll have to miss out a week or something, because usually the weekends are a good time for streaming on this channel. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. But either way, so please leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters. Subscribe if you've done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell. Oh, you're right. I keep saying Danny is Dylan, the main character. Danny.